dude talking about you need to send these women money after the first date. You need to, she got her hair done and everything, and came to meet up with you at, dinner that you probably paid for. If you asked her out, then you paid for it. Not a problem. But then after the date's over, this the first date, you need to cash app her or she's not gonna talk to you again. Y'all new people, y'all are different. Cause we ain't I don't know where that come from. Like now, like these new young ladies, like that's how they get down now. Boy, there's no wonder why the marriage is at an all time low and divorce is at an all time high because it's all about money now. Like you have to give, so you take her out to eat, y'all have a nice little whatever, and then you need to give her money after you haven't seen her. After she left, she goes wherever. Now you need to. This dude talking about you need to pay her rent, pay her bills, pay her car note, pay her electric, or she's not gonna see you again. What part of the game is that? Well, wait a minute. And she's nothing to you. She's just a first date. It like this is not somebody who's established in your life. This is a first date. You met the girl at the gas station. Can I take you out? You took honey out. Everything was cool. She was nice. You was nice to her. It was great. You got a, hug and she drove off to wherever she's going and you drove off. And now you automatically need to pay her rent. Are y'all look, I know there are more black entrepreneurs now, rich black entrepreneur nows than there's ever been. Look, I respect that. But why do I need to pay her rent on the first date? Now, I like to use myself as an example. I taught this one young lady. We didn't really go out. I just kind of met her at her house. We kicked it, whatever. She went back to LA. And that's when I got into my car accident. But before that, she was all, let's talk. I'm in Ohio. So we talking. And as soon as I got in my car accident, she didn't want to talk to me anymore. She thought that I lost uh, all my ability to make money, which wasn't true. I just lost all my money because I wasn't working. So that was like a godsend because I was about to come out there and see her. You know what I'm saying? But immediately when money was not in the picture, she was like, "I don't want to talk to you no more." So okay, that's how some of them operate. And listen, I don't really have a problem with that because it lets me know now early, like, don't get involved with these people. But if you're just gonna send women money just randomly, just sending them, especially to pay their rent on the first after the first date, if you're just gonna do that, women will never take you seriously. They won't. She will never, ever, 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 ever take you seriously. All you're going to be is a payday, paycheck, whatever. And every time she sees you, it's just like Pavlov's dog. And I'm not calling women a dog. I'm talking about for you people who know anything about Pavlov, he was a psychiatrist who did a test on a dog and would have this dog come out into the cage. And every time the dog would come out into the cage, he would have food to where the dog can get to the food. And he would notice that the dog would salivate before the dog ate the food. So he would ring the bell, the dog would come out, salivate, eat the food. And then he would ring the bell, the dog would come out and salivate, and there would be no food. Pavlov's dog. So just look it up. What I'm saying is, every time she sees you, hey, what's going on? What's happening? I was talking about you not too long ago. Because people thought Kevin Samuels was the only one talking about females and whatnot. I was like, nah, Reluctant Nabi been on this. Shoot, I've been talking about it for a minute, but go check out his channel because that dude been talking about this. Tommy Sotomayor been talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people who was on this before Kevin Samuels, except Kevin Samuels is talking about a high value man. Now, I haven't heard anybody particularly talk about that. On my way to. Yo, don't go there. Why? Why are you going there? Why? It's a war zone. It's a terrible place. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Have you been looking at the news? Like, why go? Yeah. Please don't go to Colombia. Look, I know you like to do a lot of things for people that are in need. Well, here's the thing. It's not like whatever I say is going to make a difference. Then why would you even say that's where you're going? You knew what my reaction was going to be. But you know what? Do you? You knew I was going to have an adverse reaction to what you said. You knew that. That's why you mentioned it. Then I can say, then I can say, here's the thing though. Here's what I'm noticing. I'm no. I'm here's what I know. Here's what I know. Here's what I know. Cause I'm like you know where there's majors. You know where there's major issues at, but you still want to go there. Oh man, don't give me. Hey, Godspeed to you. Godspeed to you. Not. It's a matter if it's big or not. Yeah, that's what I know. You go because of the issues, but listen, man. I mean, like I said, it's nothing I could say that's gonna make you not. And here's the thing: you're gonna go where the mess is. You're going to go where the ruckus is because in your mind, our cities are not as dangerous. No, you're gonna go where the ruckus is because in your mind, this is your way of going and helping the people who are in need. No, I don't believe you. I refuse. After you, I don't believe you at all. I don't believe you not one bit. I believe you're going to find out exactly where it's at and you're going to make your way there and you're going to get into the mix. I believe that 100%. And I'm not, well, I think it's because you believe that you can help the people who are disadvantaged, being disadvantaged. And look, that's fine. That's fine, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. For one, I've never been there. All I know is what's on the news. So everything you're saying is more right than it is wrong because I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you're more right than I am. You know what I'm saying? You're more right than I am because I don't know. But you have to understand where somebody who does not know, who has not been there, and what they see on TV, it's just like certain people think all of Africa is poor. We know that's not the truth. So when somebody who doesn't know anything about a country and or continent, however, starts seeing things on, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, I don't want to be in that mix. And then when they find out that there's somebody that they, have some affiliation with that's going there, they're like, yo, don't go there. You're like, I'm going to go anywhere. They're like, okay, well, there's nothing I can say. If you're going to go, you're going to go. But there's a difference between just a small affiliation or somebody you knew at work or whatever. I just know how you get down. And I'm like, you'll go and give somebody the shoes off your feet just to, I'm not even sure why now. I'm not even sure why anymore. But if that's what you're going to do, then all I can say is God bless you. Because it just, look, man, be safe. Because I'm not, look, man, I'm not going to get an ulcer over it. Because I was already worried, but now I'm just like, you're just going to run headlong into this type of stuff. And I'm not going to sit up and just, I'm releasing myself from that worry. I'm not. I don't live a stressful life. You see, look how much gray hair I have. You see that? You know why? Because I don't live a stressful life. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just going to take your anything you say. I'm going to take your word for it. The sky is, uh, full of balloons over there. I'm gonna take your word for it because I'm just not going to be stressed out by. I'm not. Yeah, that's what you want to do, man. Okay, fine. I've learned. I've learned very early in life. There's just some people that you're not going to win an argument with, and I. Okay, all right, man. Have fun. Uh, be careful because there's just craziness over there right now. And yeah, Colombia's a big place, but it's off the chain. So take care of yourself. Yes. I don't even know where that's at, but I know that there's some people who just got stuck over there. Uh, because and the police over there were over there attacking the protesters over there in Colombia. So, I mean, yeah, it's a big country, and of course, the whole country's not in upheaval. But they were protesting taxes, I think. So I mean, to me, that's the whole country. You know what I'm saying? If you're protesting taxes, it's the government. And if the government is sending people out to do something, then to me, the whole country is in some kind of turmoil. That's just the way I look at it. If it was something that's going on in just one hood, like over here, we know, Philly and Chicago is just places you just don't mess around. So, but there's only certain parts of those cities that it's crazy like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I understand like the whole thing is not in an uproar, but we're talking about the government here. We're not talking about just regular, like the city or a borough. We're talking about the government. You know what I'm saying? And the government is doing things to people. So it causes one to worry when somebody is like, yo, I'm about to go over there. It's like, why? Why? The government is sending soldiers out to do harm to people, and I just don't know why that would be the goal. But, and then, I mean, but, philanthropy and things along that line for somebody who's a philanthropist, that's the place that they would go in order to uh, do what they think God has brought them here to do. So I kind of understand it, but when it comes to the people who, like I said, have some affiliation with a person who's doing that, then all you can do is let go and let God. It's just like, Lord, I can't sit up here and just be worried and be in constant prayer in the middle of the night. There's nothing you could do. Let the angels of the Lord surround you and protect you, and that's it. That's all I can say about that. It isn't like you were gonna say that and I was gonna be comfortable. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You didn't think I would be comfortable with that, and you know what? And okay, fine, but it doesn't change the fact that there's just too much going on in some of those places where the government is attacking people. So, I mean, regardless of when it was planned and that you didn't know I would act like this, the government is still doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I didn't think people follow the news like that. I look at the news every day. I look at, so early in the morning, this is what I do. About 3 in the morning, I wake up. I don't get up, I wake up. I wake up about 3 in the morning, and the first thing I do, is I thank God for, waking up another day. Then I look at my stocks. I start looking at my stocks. I look at my Bitcoin. I look at, any money that I'm possibly making or losing. So that's what I do. Then I go ahead and look at the news. If it's interesting, I'll start looking at the news and I'll start reading the news. And then once I go back to sleep and sometime with like 11 or whatever, and I'm up again, I look at World Star Hip Hop. So I look at the news. Yeah, I look at the news a lot. I know you look at the news, but yeah, I look at the news all over the place, especially if it's on World Star Hip Hop. And sometimes I look at Reuters, or I listen to the news. So if I have a trip that's 30, 40 minutes away, I'll just tell, or more, I'll say, Google, play the news. And Google will play the news that's worldwide. So I'll listen to whatever the president's doing, whatever any government's doing. If it's interesting and it's going to affect the USA, I listen to it. Yeah, yeah. I look at very serious news. I mean, I look at Goofy. The World Star has a bunch of stuff that isn't even important. But yeah, well, I check out the news, man. It's important to me to know what's going on in my surroundings before I head out the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing what the police are doing all over the place. And when I mean all over the place, I don't mean just in America. I'm looking at what the police are doing in every country because it's making the news. The proletariats and the bourgeoisies are going at it. Yeah, for many, it's local. It isn't important. Oh no, international news is international news is more important to me now because I play the stocks now, and I and I the appliance business. I mean, if you're in the appliance business, you're going you if you're in the appliance business, you're going to get something that's metal that you don't want, whether it's a fridge, stove, something. So instead of just leaving it by the curb, what you're going to do is pick it up and take it to the junkyard. Well, you know, I pick up stuff, take it to the junkyard. I look at the price of metal. So when you see a whole lot of people, coming to the junkyard, metal has gone up. Why is metal going up? Because of the stock market. So where I used to take a fridge and just leave it for a junker, now I'll take a fridge and go and get 12 bucks off of it. And that's for a small one. So if you take a double door up there, you looking at 20 bucks. You know what I'm saying? And have mercy if you have more than one. So a lot of times when I'm en route somewhere, if, because my truck has a trailer on it where I can just put stuff on it. So if I'm en route somewhere and I see somebody just threw away a refrigerator, it doesn't really matter to me if the fridge works or not. Sometimes I'll put it together just to see if it does, because instead of being 20 bucks, now it's possibly 200 bucks. But if it doesn't work, I'll go ahead and take it and junk it and get 20 bucks off of it. But that's all. I mean, that's according to the stock market. So, like I said, I wake up every day, I read the news, and I look at what the stock market is doing, and the stock market affects everything. I look to see if I'm losing or winning money, or losing or gaining money. Right now, I'm gaining money because of the stock market. So, yeah, the news is very, very important if you're playing the stocks. Because the news can tell you what stocks to play and what stocks not to play, or when to play the stocks and when not to play the stocks. The news is very, very, very important. Yeah. So Joe Biden is going to tax people more who make money off of the stock market. Like, I mean, it's very, very important. But I can't say that I'm not disappointed, but I know you, so all I can say is, just be super careful, man, because there's I mean, it's just a sobering thought to just to have somebody caught up in any of that. It just it doesn't matter. That doesn't that doesn't matter to somebody who is always reading and listening to the news and listens to constant stories and how messed up the world is, even here in America. I mean, that doesn't make me feel better. It just doesn't. What make me feel better is if you weren't there at all. But I know how far that's going to go. So yeah, that's gonna go nowhere. I know, and this is why I'm not gonna beat myself up over it, because there's not one damn thing that I can do about it. Not one. Uh, man. Yeah. So yeah, the stock market is very reactionary. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I watch some of your videos. I don't know what you're saying in some of them, but I'm like, okay, I know there are a lot of black men gravitating to those areas because of the females are more, um, yeah, but it won't stop them from worrying. Yeah, females are more, they're looking for husbands. They're looking for husbands. They may be looking to come back to the United States, but they're trying to get married. They don't want to die alone. So that's why I was talking about you and your videos, how women are, In those countries, they treat black men a lot better. They don't, treat us like we're nothing. And you have even our own people. I mean, I've been treated like I've even had a black woman tell me that I was nothing. Didn't even know me. Told me I was nothing. I mean, that just crushes your soul. It just crushes your soul. You know what I'm saying? Just crushes you. Like, you don't even know me, lady. I came here on some business. You're nothing. Just, but then, when you have so many black females treat you like that, you're just like, well, I'm something regardless of what you think. And it makes you angry towards them, And then the ones who aren't like that come into your life, you're mean to them because you expect them to treat you like you're nothing. So it's a vicious cycle. Yeah, I can't blame you for going out of the country and looking for a woman to settle down with because the American black female is not staying with their partners. They are divorcing their partners and they're cheating on their partners. And I'm a cornball, okay? And it used to bother me that I'm a corny dude. It used to, I used to hate being an artsy, corny, singing, wanting to make love to my woman, wanting to be happy and dance around with my woman. At first I started off like, yeah, this is what I am. I'm glad of what I am. And I started getting cheated on and ripped apart and just women killing my children. And I mean, it just hurts. So now I'm the corny dude who doesn't mind being the corny dude, but I'll still knock your block off. Like I'm the corny dude who is ready to put my fist through somebody's chest. I am no longer the corny, goofy dude. I'm the corny dude who ain't taking no shorts. Like I slap somebody. Like I'm ready. Like I'm ready to slam somebody's face into a plate glass window. But I'm still the corny dude who, will let any woman that I'm dealing with look, I'm not gonna smoke weed and get a tattoo and run around with a nine just because it gets you, all horny. I'm not going to, be fist fighting with you and be in and out of jail because you think that's sexy. If me being an ordinary guy bothers you so much, then you have the wrong person. Like I was selling a lady a refrigerator the other day, and her and her man pulled up, and they didn't like the price of the fridge. So me and him bring the fridge out. She gets out the car to look at the fridge. She was like, "Oh, can you bring the price down? Because we didn't expect it to look like this, and it's for this, that, and the third." And I said, "You know what, lady? You shouldn't buy this fridge." And she just kept complaining about it. And I said, "You know what? I wouldn't buy this fridge if I was you. I just wouldn't buy it." I said, "Don't worry about it. Somebody else will buy it. But I wouldn't, lady. I'm just serious. I wouldn't buy this fridge if I were you. You just don't sound happy with it." That's the way I treat relationships now. Any woman I meet, listen, I'm not going to change for you. So if this isn't what you like, I got a spare tire, a bad back, and two knees that bother me. If this ain't what you like, then I'm cool being by myself. I've been by myself for a while now. So, yeah, I snore. So, but I ain't broke. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the way I just look at females now. Like, look, I'm not gonna call you every day. I'm not calling you at all, as a matter of fact. I don't. I just don't care. You know, I don't. If it ain't about money, I'm not really concerned. Or, about my immediate family, you know. I'm concerned about that, even though I don't talk to them that much. But yeah, I don't have a big concern to go out and tackle some woman who's just. But yeah, be careful, man. It's rough out there, you know. It's rough out there. I'm not even sure of all the goings on because I don't follow that on the news. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But there's nothing I can do about it. You purposely go to the worst parts of town where there's people just acting a damn fool. And you're the thing about it is you always try to convince me that you're safe. You're safer being in the worst parts. And nobody in their right mind would believe that. I don't believe that. I don't care what you say. I don't believe it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't believe it. I don't know what that means. I just think you're taking unnecessary risks just to be a philanthropist. And I think philanthropy is great. I think helping people out is great. I think what you do is great, but I think it's going to cost you if you don't believe it. And yet I haven't had. So, you know what? I know where this is going. I'm not going there with you. I'm not because I know you. I know you. I'm not. You know what? Fine, fine. But like I said, nobody in their right mind will believe that. They're always gonna be worried. But that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not gonna compete with you. I'm not. I'm more of a risk. Okay. Like I said, I take your word for it, and and I don't have a choice except to let it be what it is. I don't have no choice. Simplify, huh? Here it is. Simplify. All right. Hey. Yeah, I know he's a Marine. I know. I know. Simplify. I know he's a Marine. How the ladies treating you, Marine? Are you still in the Corps? Are you an active Marine? Are you in the States? Are you deployed? What's your status? What's your status? How the ladies treating you? Because in the military, when I was in the military, I'm gonna tell you what. I was in the military, nope. I'm in Texas. What's Marine? Okay, nope. You're in Texas, but we don't know if you're deployed or not. We just know you're in Texas. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the thumbs up and the likes. Yeah, when I was in the service, I'm gonna have to say that being with or around females, the balls treat you the same. The women weren't. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? You had your ladies who wasn't about nothing, and you had your good chicks. Not active duty since '95, so you must be here from one of my other military videos. You must have found me from one of those videos. That's talking about being in the army. Yeah, the ladies wasn't bad. You know, they weren't too crazy. You find some good ones, you find some bad ones. Oh, Knob sent you the link. What big ups to Nobby. Yeah, good old army. Yeah, but yeah. So I was just making this video just talking about going on a first date with a woman and then giving her money after the first date's over. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Army, so I don't know anything about the Marines except one is Paris Island, and the other one you either go to Paris Island or you go to another one. But the women folks nowadays, it just makes me San Diego, yeah. It makes me glad that I'm not a young dude. But here's the thing about like I'm 53 years old, and to my surprise, young women, they'll still hit on me. Little cuties too. I usually turn them away though because I don't want the drama. Like my back hurts every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the energy to roll out of bed and deal with one of your crazy exes rolling over here with a 223. I like there was this cute little thing that came at me in Home Depot. She worked there. And I almost was like, yeah, let's give it a try. And I looked at those tattoos and I was thinking, somebody is attached to you. Yeah, 223, long, almost looks like an AR-15, or in your case, a M16. I just didn't want. I just automatically, and now I could have made a false assumption. But when you make an assumption to stay by yourself, you're usually safer. Nah, I'm in Ohio. Yeah, the tattoo, and I just, and I was at the VA hospital, and I saw this, lady working there, and she was showing her tattoos, and she was working there, and I was like, yeah, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah. 'Cause she was a receptionist, and I looked at her arm, and I was like, I know not to say too much to you, and she just started laughing. But that's what you get when you start wearing all kind of tats on your arm, like you're some. You know what I mean? You get people who are just like standoffish about it. They're like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. Yeah, I'm not trying to. You just be as cute as you want to, but once I see those tattoos on you, I know you didn't get those tattoos on you for nothing. Columbus. I know you didn't get them tats on you for nothing. I know you got them on you for some kind of whatever, and the expectation behind it. That's the thing about you can get yourself a tattoo on it, especially she's not wifey material and she's branded. That's the thing. Some of these women get these tattoos on them, and they'll be John 3:16 or whatever. And, you thinking, okay, John 3:16, it's the Bible. Kind of find out now they're using these gangsters are using Bible text for hitting codes. It's like, goddamn, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a whole street thing now. And a lot of them, what they'll do is they'll have a tattoo that is in Asian script, Chinese or something on it, and you'll be like, "So what's that mean?" And they'll say, "Oh, it's my son's name." You'll be like, "Nah, my dude, ain't your damn son's name. That's your dude's name, in the name of some gang." And it's just like, no, no, yes, they do. Yeah, yes, they do. Yeah, everybody knows John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever will believe in upon Him shall be saved. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, and it just makes you nervous. And they look so good, but you be like, "Oh, baby, I don't like." Okay, so a while ago, it was about 12 years ago. What you just said. So a while ago, I had on this chick worked at she worked right around the corner from where I live. You go actually, and it was a restaurant. I think it was a fried chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I thought she was a nice little cute thing. And I got talking to her. She took my order, gave me a couple extra biscuits, all good. And I got her number, and I was gonna, invite her over and chill and all that other stuff. Well, I got her number, and I started hearing these dudes in the background when I was talking to her, and they was, acting a little up, because she was talking to a man. And I said, I don't want this in my life, so I was like, look, I'm gonna just go ahead and go. I peeled off, and she got mad because I didn't want to talk to her anymore. And those dudes got even more aggressive, calling my house, and I was like, oh man, I should have did what? Should have been in DEFCON 4. I just was like, I thought I was doing her a favor by leaving her alone. And I thought she was a little quiet. And the one thing I hit on her because what's going on, Blank? The one thing I thought she was like a little quiet, little humble, little hood firecracker. I was like, nah, I don't want this in my life. I don't need y'all pulling up. I only live right around the corner too. Yeah. So I had to chill. I was like, nah, babe, I'm good. Like I don't. I tell people all the time, look, I'm a lame or a square or whatever you want to call me. Just don't bring the ruckus to my door because I am not for the ruckus. These young people are different these days, and if you try to mess with one of these little 20 somethings, and they get to smiling at you big, just it's a shame. You just got to be like, nah, you cutest. I don't know what, but I'm not trying to hear from your brothers. You messing with my sister. Why is she messing with me? Why? Why am I messing with you? Your sister's messing with me, bro. And the reason why she's choosing me is because you clowns ain't doing nothing. Y'all not doing anything in the street. You're finding out that boring is what people are going for now. They're like, oh yeah, I'll take some boring because it's wild out here. I'm like, yeah, I don't want it coming to my doorstep. Oh, thanks, Williams. Herm, what up? Yeah, and I don't like my neighbors. I got some man, 2% minions and then all the Willy Wees accessible super sound. Listen, my neighbors are some gun toting 20 somethings that brag about having 100 rounds and riding around with it. It's my neighbors. They love to come outside and show off their AR 15s. They love to talk about shooting stuff up. They love to talk about how they're going to kill somebody. These are my neighbors. They live right over there. I'm just like, why all of this death? I mean, they get in their car, blast their music, and they're looking around a hood where there's nobody here who's got beef with you looking for beef. I'm like, bro, if you're looking for beef that bad, it'll find you. But there's families here. There's little 5-year-old boys and girls playing with other little 5-year-old boys and girls out in the little foyer or whatever that is, little courtyard. What, you gonna shoot at them? There's pregnant mothers here waiting on the father to come home from work. What are you doing? what what are you angry about? I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I mean, there's a jungle gym out here. There's a jungle gym, and you're coming out with a 223 and like, get the ah. I'm like, I can't with this generation. Yeah, bragging about having 100 rounds, thinking that's gonna impress me. Your 100 rounds doesn't impress me. You want to impress me? Go avenge some of these people who are getting shot down in the street. Go avenge some of them. You're not going to impress me by running around with 100 rounds in the clip. Go do something with it. Constructive. Every time you come out the house, he got to reach down in his pants and pulls out the longest. I'm like, that don't do nothing for me. Because there's a good chance that you're just going to aim at somebody who looks like me. Yeah. Use one round right. It's just ridiculous. It's like, right, he's like, that's all they have is 100 rounds. Look, bro, I don't know. I just know that right. I'm not with I don't want no smoke. I don't want no issues. I don't want to have to carry 100 rounds. I'm not trying to test nobody's gangsters. I'm not trying to test nobody's gangster. I know me, and I know a bullet start flying by me, like I'm gonna have flashbacks. I'm just, if I have to duck and cover, you aiming at me, and somebody starts shooting through my window, bro, I can either retreat or fire back. And I'm listen, I don't want no smoke. I'd rather God just remove them and have them go live in an area where they can do all that. But don't come over here with the smoke. Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna have Paragon Trails flashbacks. That's what I'm gonna have. That's exactly what I'm gonna have. I don't want none of that. I don't want no smoke from nobody. Okay, so I have a neighbor, right? And I don't know, this neighbor is stupid. Him and his goofy girl. So they've been dinging up my trucks on purpose. Don't start with brother. We'll be here all night reflecting. Hey, listen! They did that to us. They did that to us. They made us who we were, who we are. They put that in us. And I'm going to go before the judge and tell him exactly what happened. This is what happened. I have Paragon Trails flashbacks. Yeah. They made us like that. Okay, so the neighbor is real stupid, right? So the neighbor goes and he starts dinging up my truck. And when I got my newer truck, he dinged that one up too. And I was like, figured out it was him. I was like, you do it again, I'm going to hurt you. So he really likes dinging up my blue truck because that's my work truck. So I was at the point where I was praying 100%. And I was praying and I was thinking, I'm about to go get me some artillery. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, I could move, but this man, he's not just gonna run me out of my spot. Like, I'm starting to get angry. And I don't want to get angry. I don't. And I was like, Lord, you gotta help me because I'm going to get angry. And he just wouldn't leave me alone. And so God saw that I was preparing for war. He saw that. I was like, okay, well, you're not gonna help me. Well, I need some help. I'm calling you, and you told me to call you. I'm asking you for help, but he keeps messing with my stuff. I said, all right. But he was like, don't do anything. He's like, just don't do nothing. I said, I'm going to hurt him. He said, don't do anything. I said, all right, Lord. So, about a week ago, this idiot, he parks his car, like, right when you turn in to come into our parking lot. So, about a week ago, I'm outside at my truck, and he works, second shift. So I come outside, look, and his car is tore up. The fender is, parts is hanging off of it. And I was like, oh, he's about to blame that on me. So I said, here we go. So I go in the house. I see him and his girl come out. They're looking at it. And I come outside on purpose. And they was like, you out here dinging people's cars up. I said, I didn't do that. So you can look at both of my trucks and there would be white paint. I have a blue truck and a tan truck. There'd be white paint all over the place. I said, you did it with your trailer. I said, there's no marks on my trailer. My dad gave me a trailer to haul stuff around it. I said, I didn't do it. These two idiots, all they had to do was walk around the parking lot and see who it was, who really actually did it. It was my neighbor who did it. And they could have just walked around and saw that he had parts of their fender still in his fender, in his rear fender. But they didn't do that. They called the police on me. So 5-0 rolls up on me. Well, you come outside, bro. That was right. Nah, because look. I came outside because it was giving these stupids an opportunity. Because you know what? I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I was being civil. I was trying to be civil. I figure if they would use any common sense or if they had some common sense, they would, for one, look, and I was inviting them to my truck. Look around my truck. I didn't do it. I was inviting them to, so I was trying to quell the situation and tell them, look, just look around. You'll find out who did it. But they were hell-bent on blaming me and called the police on me. Police came to my door, and he was like, listen, yeah, they don't comprehend. They do not comprehend civility. And police came to my door, and I stepped outside, went down, with the cop, and the cop was like, "Look, I already know that you didn't do this." Yeah, they were looking to blame me. They were looking for the cop to arrest me. And like, arrest me? Dude standing outside at his door. They wanted that cop to arrest me. I'm like, are you out your mind? That cop's not gonna arrest me. And we walked around my truck and looked at his car, and the cop was like, "You need to be an investigator." I was like, "Well, I used to investigate for the Ohio House of Representatives. So, I kind of know how to look into things. But I'm telling you not now, there's no way my truck did this." And he said, "I already know you didn't do it." And I told him that there's no way that you did this. But they were hell bent on that cop trying to arrest me. Of course, it didn't happen. I'm just trying to, like, the idiocy. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, that guy had called the police on me before after I found out he dented up my new truck. Because I got in his face. I was like, "I'm going to beat the hell out of you." He called the cops because I told him I was going to beat the hell out of him. And I'm like, here's what I don't get. Why would you go ding up somebody's truck who's, one, bigger than you? I'm bigger than you. Why would you piss me off of all people? And then when it came to face, I was like, let's go. Right now, I'm at your door. You ain't want to throw them hands. You called the cops like a little hoe. Like, wait a minute. What did you think was going to happen? You thought you was going to put a big hole in my truck and I wasn't going to get ready to punch you in the face. You've been digging up my property. You've been messing with me for 5 years. And finally it came to, all right, you want these hands. And you're going to go and call the police? You a whole hoe out here. You a whole hoe out here. You a whole hoe. Yeah. He wanted the apartment complex to get rid of me and the police to arrest me. And I'm like, if I move, if I leave, you know what I'm saying? You can still get stolen. I mean, come on. So I'm like, bro, you are really, something's wrong. You sick? Something's wrong with you. You gonna mess with the wrong person. They're gonna put some lead in you. I'm not the only person he was messing with, but I'm just a person he just kept messing with, and look, after his car got hit, he ain't did nothing since. Yeah, false allegations. Yeah, his car got hit, he ain't did nothing. Because it wasn't me who did it. And the thing about it is, he knows who did it now because that neighbor was standing outside, when the police had come and gone. I saw him, I said, "Yo, bro, did you hit old dude's car?" And he was like, "No, I wasn't driving last night." I said, "Was your wife driving?" He was like, "No, it was a friend of mine who I let borrow the car last night." I said, "Well, your friend tore up his fender and he thought I did it." Well, these goofballs is looking right out the window at me talking to old boy, and he went over and looked at his fender and there were pieces of old dude's car still in it. So they know who did it now, but they don't want to go start nothing with that neighbor. He one of these young dudes who like to, come outside with a shotgun and somebody mess with him. He got a wife and 2 kids, 2 young kids too. I don't blame him. I mean, he'll come outside and do you and do the time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got 2 long barrels too, waiting on you. He ain't want no smoke with old young dude. Like none. Plus his cousins live right opposite of that knucklehead. And he got more cousins that live right down the street. That dude is not the one you want to pick with. He's got a whole host of family members, like direct cousins, that live right here. Like, You don't you calm down real quick when you saw me go and talk to old boy and seen him pick pieces of your car out of his fender. You ain't come outside with the rah rah or nothing. Your goofy ugly girl ain't say nothing, no nothing. Y'all was church mouse quiet because you really don't want that noise. You want to pick on me because I don't mess with nobody. Nope, and that's what happened. Yeah, it would have been over. It would have been over. His car they would have probably set it on fire. And when I tell you he got some rowdy cousins, he got some rowdy, no nonsense cousins, some rowdies. Rowdies. Yeah, it's that dude's not the one you want to mess with. Like you don't want that noise at all. And I'm cool with him. This is my next door neighbor. I'm cool with him. We ain't got no issues whatsoever. And I keep it that way. Cause I don't want no I'm not trying to get into it with these people. I'm not trying to get into it with none of these people, but old dude thought it was wise to mess with somebody who's bigger than him. I'm like, dude, you can't be 200 pounds. Like, you don't know. I can military press you. Like, literally. I can sit down military press 225. I can literally military press this dude over my head. Like, don't make me angry because you won't like me when I'm angry. You represent mutual assured destruction to your neighborhood. I represent sanity and civility. Until it's out of hand. His woman is the one who started it. But she gonna get you in trouble. She gonna get both of y'all in trouble. Don't listen to that girl. Don't listen to her. She gonna get you in trouble, big dog. No, it don't make any sense. I don't know why I'm your target and you think that it's a good idea to mess with the biggest guy on the block. Well, now a bigger guy moved in here, a young boy too. Them young cats ain't no joke. Yeah, young couple moved in here. Big old linebacker just moved in. One of them young boys. 100%. She got to talking to me crazy. I was like, what is you talking about? Like, get out of here with that. You go talk to him like that. You talk to that dude like that. You don't talk to me like that. I'm not having it. Not whatsoever. I don't let no woman talk to me like that. I'd be like, yo, I'm out. I don't have to deal with none of that noise. Time to get ready for movie night with the kids. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Have that movie night. That's what's up. 100%. Kids never forget stuff like that. They never do. Kids never forget that good stuff, man. That's great. What happened with the woman that wanted you to Nah, this was I was just talking about the subject because it was on World Star Hip Hop, and I was like, yo, let me talk about this too because it's an interesting. It's just interesting to hear. A first date. Now we paying rent on first date. I can't understand the concept of paying somebody's rent after the first date, and all we did, I paid for us to eat, and now I'm paying your rent. Nah, this just some stuff I'll be making up. Nah, it's just some music I'll be making up. But I'm like, why do I need to pay for a woman's? Like, I don't mind taking a woman out and getting some food, especially if she looks good. I mean, it's even Steven. You got all dressed up, look nice, smell nice. You know, you're good company. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I'll pay for the food. I ain't got no issue with that. But after that's over, that's it for the exchange. I mean, yeah, yeah. I'll let you ride with me. Yeah, the exchange is over with after that. You wanted I wanted you to come out and eat. You agreed. Boom. You don't owe me nothing after that. Like, I don't try to get no draws or nothing. I get a hug. I'm like, thanks for coming out. It's almost like you came out to an event. Thank you for coming out, ladies, and have yourself a good evening. That's how I treat it because all these women got men somewhere doing something for them. So I'm not trying to put nothing on you because you ate with me. Hell, I was bored. I didn't have nothing to do. You look good. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see nothing wrong with taking, you know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with taking a woman out to a nice restaurant. I wanted to have an event. I paid for you to, you know what I'm saying? But after that, when you go home, if you text me and ask me for money, that's going to be a hell no. That's going to be an absolute not in your life. That's gonna be a block your number text. I'm just going to blip 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 block. Don't contact me anymore. You know, especially if you're not doing anything for it. Yeah, that's a hell no to the no no no. Hell no. Everything dude, I'm doing nothing. Yeah, like, what did you do for me to pay for your bills or whatever? Like, you're cute? See, we give too much credence to cute. We give way too much credence to pretty and a big booty. That don't mean, heck, there's a white girl across the street who got a bigger booty than most black women. I mean, this girl thick with a small waist. It's crazy. Like, we give. Look, I'm just a disappointment. Look, I told one female who was trying to finesse me for money. I said, listen, I can't afford you. That was the last conversation we had. Like, no, I'm not about to. And I really meant I couldn't afford her. She wanted me to send her money to help her move. And I was like, I'm sorry. No. I didn't even have it. I was being honest with her. I was like, I ain't got no. Yeah. They're cute, but we're handsome with wisdom. Right. That makes us more valuable. Well, yeah, the whole. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Realizing your value Like I realize that my value has gone up. My weight's gone up too, but my value has definitely gone up. My pockets have gone up too. See, my understanding of money has gone up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about within just the last 2 months. This is just not no big rotation and some big, happening. No, it's just when they gave me, look, listen, I made a decision to start investing because I was taking the money I get. Okay, so I started realizing I was investing about 2 years ago when I would take one refrigerator and the profits off of it and go buy two and then sell two refrigerators, go buy two more. And I was like, okay, this is just investing in refrigerators and appliances and stuff like that. Well, there's always an appliance or somebody needs something fixed or that never stops. So I just kept putting money into the same thing until where I got to where I'm at today, where if I don't want to go out and work for a year, I don't have to. But I like it. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I'm not rich, but I reached my financial goal that I wanted to get to. I had something set. I said, I need this much money in the bank saved. And if I can get that much money, I feel better about myself. Well, boom, once everything started taking off, boom, that hit. And once the pandemic hit, it went through the roof. A lot of people lost their jobs during the pandemic. I was overwhelmed during the pandemic. There were people coming at me left and right. I worked my ass off during the pandemic. But I would take all of that and I just started investing it back into itself. And now I'm to the point, I'm just like, you know what? They sending out stimulus checks. When I get one of them damn stimulus checks, I'm going to put it right into the stock market. Well, I did that. We just got our stimulus checks like, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? I put money into the stock market. I'm a former simp. Listen, I'm a former simp. I still got simp in me. I don't listen. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a romantic simp. Like I'm not a dumb simp. I'm a romantic simp. I'm one of them. I'm one of them suckers for sundresses simps. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? But I know now I gotta hold my simping to myself. I can't let my simp out. I'm an undercover simp. A former simp, 90s, but joined the Marines. Yeah. Yeah, I'm an undercover simp. Yeah, we all former simps. From calling your sponsor. So basically what I did was the stimulus check is I took it and put it into the stock market. And listen, I'm on a whole new level now. I watch myself gain and lose money. Like I caught the stock market bug. I mean, I'm in trouble. Because I love the stock market. And I talked to a couple financial gurus who work at these banks, and they were just like, listen, the stock market is the biggest flip game that there is. Because I was like, I flip refrigerators. They're like, the stock market is a big... But man, I am so... I wake up thinking about the stock market. I go to bed thinking about the stock market. Like I'm in deep with the stock market. Hold on a second. Yeah, like I'm deep with the stock market. Like I'm looking, I'm looking for okay. And now Now it's to the point, I mean, just in a few weeks, where it's paying you where you can pay your rent. Well, I ain't got nowhere near that. That's like 120 grand that's into the stock. I ain't got that. Little did I know that, I mean, you don't really have to have that much to start making something off of the stock market. You just don't. You just pick the right, funds and ETFs. And so I'm all off into that, bro. Like my level of, like I'm, like when I talk to females now, man, I start talking to them about what they're doing with their money. It just, I'm meeting women asking them for stock tips. Like, yo, what'd you think about that Larry fund? Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been playing the dips, Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying? I'm real corny now. You know, Bitcoin, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out what kind of finances, how you make it in this world. You tell me something I know. So I'm all the way baked when it comes to, you talk about my music. It sounds like the jam session you be having. Yeah. Yeah, I think it has because one woman, I told her what I do. And she was like, you're disabled? Like, oh, you flipped appliances? Like, it didn't turn her on. And she said, well, what are you going to do for retirement? And I was like, I have a Roth IRA. I was ready to warm it up when she said that. I was like, I got a Roth IRA. What's up? What happened? You don't want to talk now? She was like, oh, shoot, I got a Roth IRA. What you tell what? She didn't think I had an answer for that. Lady, I flip refrigerators. I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I get the old ones and take them up there to the junkyard. It just turned her off. Like, ooh, I don't want no man flipping refrigerators. And I was cool. We had 2 phone conversations. I said, I'm okay with you going somewhere else. Because this is what I do. This is how I grind. I love it. When I have a problem financially, I throw a refrigerator at it. Shut it down, didn't it? Right, it's just, I didn't even say IRA. I was like, I didn't even say I had a retirement. I was like, I have a Roth IRA. Like, there's 2 different IRAs out there. Like, if you want to get into it, let's get into it. Yeah, nah, she didn't ask me how much was it. Like, there's not a lot in my Roth because I just started it. But like I said, when I want something financially, when I say, oh, I need more money, it's not that I need more money to go out and buy something. I need more money so I can throw it at the market. And that's like whenever I needed to pay a large bill, I would throw an appliance at it. I would go and buy an appliance but I would only buy something where I knew that the average price of this was going to get me 2 multiples of what I paid for it, at least. And if it was a refrigerator, I get 3 to 4 multiples of what I paid for it. So I would look at something I wanted and say, this costs so many hundreds of dollars. I would calculate the cost by how much refrigerator I could sell. Or a stove or whatever it is out there. I'd go, that's about 2 refrigerators right there. And then I would go and sell 2 refrigerators and buy it. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Or somebody asked me to come fix something or hang a TV and stuff like that. I'd go do it and I go, boop, 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 boop. There, I got all the money. I got all the money I needed for it. Boom. Well, I give people warranties. Yeah, I give people 30-day warranties. Like a guy bring back a dryer today, bring it back today. Because I gave him the option. I said, I can come to your house and fix it. You can bring it back. and I give you your money back. You know what you want to do? He's like, I want my money back. I was like, well, come on and bring it. I mean, for you to repair it. What is the cost for me to repair it? It all depends on what it is. See, here, oh, what's the? Hold on. Let me go back to the first comment. Okay, including cost of yes, I can get a multiple of three, and sometimes four. Listen, I sold a fridge. I sold a fridge for 6 times the multiples of what I bought it in one day. I knew what it was when I saw it. I knew what it was. I looked at it. I was like, "Oh, it's over." I bought it off. Boom. Took a picture of it. Posted it. The next day, somebody came and bought it. Just like that. I didn't have to do anything else for the rest of the month. Of course, I did, but yeah, yeah. Whenever I have an issue, I throw a refrigerator at it. So now, as far as the stock market is concerned, whenever I get into something like my Bitcoin is barely doing anything. I haven't even broken even on it yet. But I bought Dogecoin. Somebody's like, buy Dogecoin. So I downloaded an app and bought Dogecoin 2 days ago. I put $25 on it. Not, not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? $25 on it. I said, okay, let me see what this is going to do. And the price of Dogecoin was vacillating. It was so I caught it in a dip, and it wasn't coming up and breaking even yet. It broke even today. It broke even today, and I made $5 today just off of it. So I went and threw some more money at it. And I went through, I think, like 75, but I'm not throwing a lot of money at it. It's less than 100, so $75 at it, and I mean, I don't know where it's at. Hell, I can even show you. This is the stuff I actually talk about on YouTube, so it's not a big thing. You know what I mean? Because I share this information because I want people to don't be intimidated by this stuff like I was. I was like, "Ooh, this it's a little too much." Shoot. Listen, I'm 2 weeks into it, and I've made almost $70. Listen, I could pay a bill off of what I've made, and that wasn't even including what I'm just now making off my Dogecoin. I could actually pay a bill off of what I've made. Like, so I'm telling people, like, get this, like, do this because it is out here. Like, people are really out here making money off of this. So, on an average, because I think you're interested in what I'm doing with refrigerators. Hey, that's what you need in it. The needs with you with extra, and it's a beautiful thing because now I can just take an appliance and instead, this is the whole beautiful thing about this. Now I can look at the dryer that came back today, right? Gave the guy his money back, and he was like, "I'm sorry I had to bring it back." I was like, "No, that's fine," because I'd rather keep you as a customer than try to rip anybody off. I was like, "I'm just gonna take it, fix it, resell it," and I said, "I'm more interested in you than I am in the dryer." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I understand that 100%." And I told him, I said, "I know you're gonna come back to me because I gave you a warranty on Facebook." It's kind of hard to find one. You know what I'm saying? Not unless they're a, dealer. I'm just a one man band and I gave you a warranty. And I gave you your money back. Boom. The next day, here's your money back. No problem. I know you're going to come back to me. He's like, I am. And I was like, I know it because I get calls like that all the time. People like, you sold me this. One lady called me and said, you sold me something 5 years ago. I need you to sell me something else. Facts. You're putting yes, the customer is definitely first. Definitely. And I put that in that customer. Look, when people say put the customer first, businesses, I didn't realize how thorough it was until now. That is a real thing. You put that customer first. Yeah, you put them first. That customer, listen, I got people. Okay, I sold these people two refrigerators and a stove last week. They had bought something from me for you. I didn't even remember them. They were like, "You bought something from us," blah blah blah. I was like, "Sure," and it was like 40 minutes from here, man. And they was like, "Can you deliver?" I was like, 100%. I delivered that stuff, took it right out there, boom bam, boom bam. I love it because they're landlords, so I know they're going to call me again. So I do not play when it comes to the customer. I don't mess around. If they, especially if they're great customers, I give them look. I'll come to their crib. I will fix the item if they let me. I didn't have to. I didn't have to give people their money back. I do not mind giving you your money back. You didn't destroy it. I don't mind it at all because I know you're going to take value in comfort. In comfort, people pay for that. I got one guy, he buys all his fridges from me, all of them. And when I tell you he gets the nicest, he was like, I don't want no dents. I have to get him a pristine fridge. He pays for it too. I'm like, I'll get you one, but it's gonna cost you. And he's like, I just don't want no dents and I want it to be fixed. I got him a I got this dude a black stainless steel fridge, beautiful thing. Ice maker wasn't working. Plugged it in, water was coming out of the ice maker and flowed right down the fridge and flowed all over the floor. And they didn't realize it until the next day. So I had to figure out what was wrong. I never fixed no ice maker. Turns out it wasn't the ice maker. It was a little pump in the back where the hoses all connect. Where all three hoses connect. I figured that out. Paid $85 and then I went and had to do the maintenance on it. Fixed it. Thing has been running beautiful ever since. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys. Like I'm in too deep on this stock market stuff. I love it. All right, you guys should be able to see that. Okay, so I bought my Dogecoin is not even on here, but this is my of total allocated. I have $75 worth, but it's reading 100, so that's what it's worth. 101, 83. My profit, it vacillates in between. I mean, it's gonna just go up and down, and up and down, up and down. But earlier I mean, not even 3 hours ago, it was in the negative. And I have a feeling that this is just going to shoot up. It's just going to go skyward. So I'm thinking about this time tomorrow, this is going to be at like 10 or something like that. So I'm telling people buy this stuff, man. Like I only got $75 into this. If my hunch is correct and I wake up tomorrow morning and this is sitting at like $10 or something, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw a fridge at it. My next refrigerator that I sell, I'm gonna take all the profits and I'm gonna put it on this. And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just gonna take I'm just gonna take just keep doing it. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm gonna watch this just keep going up. Now I bought this and I bought this right here, Ethereum. See if you guys can see this. I bought this, but I let it go. It was climbing, but then it started going down. So I got rid of it and I traded the rest for Dogecoin. So this is what I do. I watch it on here and I watch it on my phone. I wake up in the morning, I go to my Dogecoin page and I see what it's doing. And I'm like, okay, it's dipping or whatever. But $75 is just not a lot of money. But nonetheless, the significance of it is what's paying. Like I'm learning from it. You know what I'm saying? So these are all of your coins that you can buy. Some of them you heard of, some of them you haven't heard of. And these are what they're doing. And right now, the majority of them are dipping. And now they're climbing. So if I wanted to buy any of these, I would just, you know, click on buy and it would take money right out of my account. And then I'd be able to, you know, buy more of these in order to get a better profit. But like I said, I have $75 in there, but it looks like I have 100 in there. This is actually a site. This is eToro. Yeah, this is eToro. And I'm saying if you guys got 75 bucks laying around, sitting around doing something or doing nothing actually, it's a good chance you guys got 75 bucks and it's not doing anything. I'm saying if you got $75 and it's not doing nothing, go buy some Bitcoin. Go buy some. I don't know what my Bitcoin is doing. What my Bitcoin is doing is actually on my phone. But yeah, 75 bucks. I'm watching this number here. I'm watching this number here. And I know I'm making money. I know I'm profiting. Now, if I want to go ahead and throw some more money at this, which I will, I mean, I can just pull it out of a bank account. I'm just not too eager to throw too much money into it. You know what I mean? But eventually, my goal with this is not Bitcoin, this is Dogecoin. My goal with Dogecoin is to throw 1 grand into it. So I'm going to get $1,000 worth of refrigerator sales, and I'm going to throw it into this. And that's what I'm going to do starting this month. Hold on a second. Play some more music for you guys. I'll show you my I'll show you guys my I'll show you guys my other accounts. So battery's dying. So I'll show you my like I said, this is the money that the government gave me. That's not a big deal for me to, show you guys stuff because the government gave it to me. Another thing, I don't leave this running. I close out of this. I don't leave it running because my computer was going to turn itself off and on. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? checking account, my self-directed account, and my automated account. This account right here, I don't do nothing with. It's automatic. It's an automatic account. It's called a robo account. And basically the bank does what they're going to do with this account. But this is my gains just for today. $6.47. This is my gains so far. $12.67. That's them messing around with it. That's not me. I don't do nothing with this account. Now, this self-directed account, this is my IRA. I buy and sell shares on here. And I need to buy some more. Because all the money that's here is not used. I haven't even used all this. It's just sitting there. But so far, my gain just for today is $12.47. Not just for today, and I haven't even used all of these shares or all of this. All right? And this is my gain so far. And this is what the annual income, but this is going to change. And the reason why it's like this is because this is telling me that this money is not all invested, but it's just sitting there. See, you can take an IRA. All right, so on a Roth IRA or any IRA, you have a limit and a time limit. So this is for 5 years. Each year, I can put $7,000 in here. So how do I get that $7,000 and put it in there? I throw refrigerators at it. Every refrigerator I get and sell, boom, I throw the money in here. But if you throw your money in here and you don't buy any bonds or anything, that money's just sitting there. This money that I made is off of me buying bonds, stocks, and ETFs and funds. ETFs are exchange trade ETS, exchange trade stocks. So you can buy bonds, stocks, CDs. Oh, well, you can't buy CDs on here. So let me go back and then go in here. Same account. That's my checking account. That's why my checking account's low, because I take all the money and I put it in here. Like I said, I invested my stimulus check. So, okay, so my gain today was $12.48, right? That's what I gained. So I'm going to take this self-direct account and I'm going to go over here to trade. Now, I already know that there's a fund out there that I like. And I just go over here and put the ticker number in here to the fund that I like. Boom. This is the fund that I like. It's growing. It's called an Alerian fund. Now, it's a fund. That means that there are different stocks and bonds. It could be aggressive. It could be passive. Bonds are passive. Stocks are aggressive. So it could be passive or aggressive. I don't know what they're doing. But what I know is they're beating the S&P, the Standard & Poor. So they're beating the S&P 100 and 500 and the Dow 30. So this is why I keep putting money into them. So, okay, I put that there, then I go buy. I want to buy, right? Market's not open right now, but it doesn't matter. So they're asking me the quantity of what I want to buy. I know that the Alerian fund is $30. So it's $33.95. It actually has gone up. So there's the price of it. There's the price of one, $34. That's not a lot of money, right? So put in my quantity. Let's just say I wanted to buy. Okay, now this is telling me how much cash I have available. So if I want to spend the whole thing on those funds, I don't know, what's 3 goes into 27, what that's 7 times? don't know. So let's see. Do I have enough to buy 7? Yeah. Estimated value 241. So preview it. They tell me to accept it. Boom. There's my order. This is what I just bought. And right now it's telling me that the fund is up 0.44. So you can actually see where these funds are sitting at before you buy them. So it's telling me, now the one reason why I bought this fund is because I know it's going up. And another reason why I bought this fund is because it pays dividends. So now, place the order. That's it. So they're asking me, do I want it to be for the next business day? The answer is yes. We'll process the order. They're telling me they're going to process the order. Please check your order status for updates. So boom. So I just bought some of it. Now this is how much I have in there. I could buy another one if I want. Or I could go in here and start looking for different funds or ETFs or stocks. So I like to look for mutual funds. I'm a mutual fund guy. On here, I'm a mutual. This is once again, this is my IRA. So this is long term. This is money that I don't want to touch for 5 years, right? This is not something I want to go and dip into. So I like to deal with mutual funds because there could be passive and aggressive stocks and bonds that I could get in a mutual fund. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when I want to go looking for mutual funds, I don't usually do it on here, but I mean, if you already know what your ticker number is, which is a 4-digit number or up to 4-digit number, but it could be a 3-digit number. Like if you're looking for Apple, I think Apple is APP. Or I think you can actually spell it. Oh, okay. That would go under ETFs. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there's Apple right there. Apple's not a fund, it's an ETF. It's an exchange trade fund. In other words, it's a stock. I was under mutual funds. Apple is not a mutual fund. But nonetheless, if you know the ticket number to the mutual fund that you want, you just put it in here. Now, if you're really curious, you just go look on the internet and say, if you want to know what mutual fund to pick or what's growing, you can just go to the internet and say best mutual funds. So hold on, I'm gonna need both hands to do this. Or maybe not. Let me see. Go to BlackRock. BlackRock is a good. Let's see if I can get. BlackRock always beats the S&P. No mutual funds. Let me see if it's an ETF. I mean, I love this stuff because it gives me a chance to do the same thing I've been doing. Okay, yeah, there's BlackRock right there, but BlackRock is an ETF. So let's see what BlackRock is doing. BlackRock is down 0.05%. That's going to go up. Let me see what it's going to cost. Come on, you can do it. It's not telling me what it's going to cost. But you can always look up the cost of these stocks. So I just put in best mutual funds, and you're going to get a whole bunch. JP Morgan Stanley, you're going to get just a whole bunch of people who think they know what they're talking about. But then you have to say, I want to put $50 into this. And that's what I do, people. I don't have a lot of money. What I do is I take $25, $50, heck, $10 if I want to, and I'll buy a percentage of a stock and I'll see what that stock does for the next 2 or 3 days. And if I caught a nice dip and I know that stock is gonna go up, but I'm not gonna keep it, I'll go ahead and throw $50 at it and boom, make a small increment out of it, sell it if it starts sinking. If it's bringing down my total, then I'm like, nah, I don't want this anymore. Uh, and I also look at it from year to date. So I look at it what it's doing during the day, week, month, year, and since its inception. Most of them are going up, some of them are going down. But yeah, there's a nice little dip in there. I'm like, if I can catch that dip, I'm like, nah. But if you can catch a nice dip and you know it's gonna go up, buy it, and you don't have to buy the whole share. Okay, so Bitcoin's shares right now are $57,000. There are some shares that are, I mean, just a ridiculous amount. You're not gonna. I mean, I ain't got that kind of money, but you can buy a percentage of the share just with your spare change, and I literally mean that. So I like to encourage people, get your money. Look, the stock market in for okay, so the stock market opens every day. Well, it doesn't open every day because they have some days where they don't open. But when the stock market opens, it opens at 9 o'clock to 4:30. I think it's 9 o'clock. I think it's either 9 o'clock or 9:30. 9 o'clock to 4:30 every day, right? Some days they take half off. Some days they just take completely off. The weekends and holidays they don't work. Now, when you have when you're looking for your stock to do whatever, and let's just say that you're a traditional worker, right? You go to work, you know how much you're getting paid, you know when you're getting your paycheck, you know everything you're going to spend on it, right? Everything you're going to spend on it. Well, you have more money than what you need. If you didn't, then you wouldn't be working at that job. You have more money than what you need, right? So you just budget it out. You go, okay, I make so and so much an hour, blah blah blah. Once I pay off all my bills, I have this much left over, and the majority of the time, when we have cash in hand, we're gonna go ahead and spend it. It just doesn't, especially if you're black. It doesn't, and I don't mean that as criticism. I mean that statistically, if you're black, that money leaves your hands a lot faster than any other nationality, and it usually goes outside of your race. So I don't care if it's to the store, corner store. Black people don't own a corner store. It boom, it just went outside of your race. It does. If you're going down to buy hair from the Asians, boom. Getting your nails done from the Asians, boom, bam. You're buying juice from the Indians who own a corner store, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's just gone. And a lot of stuff that you're spending on, you don't need to spend on. But if you start spending it on yourself and saying, I'm gonna buy, some Ethereum, I'm gonna buy some Cash Coin, I'm gonna buy some Dogecoin, I'm gonna buy some Bitcoin, and then you start seeing those numbers grow, then you should put whatever coin it is, or whatever stock it is, whatever ETF, whatever mutual fund that it is, it should be a part of your budget now. If you want to see your money grow. See, like I said, I'm 53. My my mutual funds that I'm buying into my IRA mature in 5 years, which means I started late. So if you guys are in your 30s, 20s, or whatever, just think about that. If you start doing what I'm just now start doing, about time you're 60, you guys will be able to retire and get pretty much $3,200 a month and for the rest of your life. And that's really what it is. So now I have to play catch up and put $7,000 a year into my mutual fund in order for my not the mutual fund, but my IRA, in order to try to live good after 60. That's kind of hard to do. It's hard to do, especially if you're not a traditional worker. I'm a non traditional worker. So my goal now is, what am I going to do at 60? You feel me? How am I going to live at 60? And that should be your goal too. It should be, what am I going to do? How am I going to live at 60 years old? Am I going to be able to draw money out of my IRA at 60 and live okay? Or am I going to live in a dive apartment in the seedy part of town and barely be able to get by? That's really what it comes down to for me. So it's right now, it's refrigerators galore for me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really feel, I mean, my back is kicking my ass, but hey, I got an issue, throw a refrigerator at it. Yeah, so that's what I do. I made this song for Michaela Bryan. Felt so bad about that. But yeah, so that's what I do with these accounts. I throw refrigerators at them. You know, from the smallest to the largest ones. You know, and the little small ones, you get $100 off of them. You put $100 in the Dogecoin. You feel me? I mean, if you can take $100 a month and just throw it into one of these funds, in all honesty, if you find yourself a good fund that's growing, and you took $100 a month and put it in there, you would probably be doing, within the first, you'd probably do, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So within the first year, you would probably do close to, you would do around 10% in the first year of, yeah, you would do around 10% in your first, actually you'd do more than that in your first year. And then in the second year, you would probably do somewhere around 30%. And then the next year, you'd probably do around 60. Actually, you'd do more in the next year. So you'd be looking at about $3,000 plus whatever you made in your interest. So you would have $3,000 as your base money. This is in the third year, right? Actually, you wouldn't even have $3,000. You'd have. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Jackson. You would have, let's see, 1,000. You would have 10. So you'd have 12. So 24. You would have 3,600 in your first year, plus whatever you made in interest. Man, you find a good mutual fund. You got 3,600 in it. Oh my goodness. By your fifth year, you'd probably doing 300 about every 6 months on it. By your third year, by the fifth year, you would be pretty much able to pay the majority of your rent within 5 years. The majority of your rent, you'd be close to $1,000. And you mean to tell me it's not worth it? And that's just with one mutual fund. That's just with one good mutual fund that you're letting mature and putting money back into it. You mean to tell me that's not worth it? hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. That's where my money's going. It's just worth it. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been slimming down a little bit, Mr. Jackson. I've been trying to. I just don't got the face of a Pillsbury Doughboy, but I've been out there trying to get these knees right. I've been running around the block, sounding like a fire engine, running. Still hitting the bench though. You know what I'm saying? Still hitting the bench a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can still do. I can still do 315 on the bench. I'm proud of that. You know, the other day I did 15, 325. Pop that up real quick, but I'm not trying to do too much over that. I used to want to get up to 405. Screw that. Screw that. I don't have that goal anymore. But a workout I do on the bench after I get warmed up, I get warmed up. I don't even get warmed up on the bench anymore. I warm up in other places so I can get my shoulders right. So by the time I get on the bench, I had, 135. And then I throw on a 25 on each end. And then I do, 225, which is 2 plates. And I do that 10 times. And then I throw a 10 on a 10 on each side each time I go up. 45, I do that 5 times. 65, 5 times. 85, 5 times. And 95, 305, I knock out 4 times. Yeah, 305, I knock out 4 times, and I end it with 325 once. So I'm happy with that. I'm not trying to, I used to want to, be able to do 315 10 times. If I could do 315 5 times, I would be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't right now. But I'm getting there, so yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get that. I could eat more and get up there, but screw all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what I'm doing with this money, you guys. And we're supposed to get another stimulus check. So I'm just gonna take my other stimulus check I get. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna invest that too. I'm not gonna use it for anything. Yeah, hopefully, I won't have to. I'm just gonna take it and throw it right into the stock market. All of it. I'm gonna split it up like 6 different ways. Put it in different accounts, and I'm just gonna watch it grow. And about this time next year, I mean, I've already hit 70. I've already profited $70 within a couple weeks off of this. So there's just no doubt about it. Not unless the stock market just goes crazy and falls apart, but there's no doubt about it that, I mean, 3 months into this, now I could be knocking off at least 50, $60 a day doing this. I mean, my average right now is $50 a week, and I just have no doubt in my mind that that's going to turn into $50 a day uh, before the year's over with. And and I'm gonna tell y'all something about $50 a day and how important $50 a day is. I'll tell y'all something. I'll tell y'all, because your boy Tone has been poor all his life. I'm gonna tell you something about $50 a day. I used to work at a company, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I have a very poor rich state of mind. I do. I don't live like, Yeah, I have a very poor rich state of mind. I don't like I could go out and buy a pair of expensive shoes, but I don't look at those shoes. Yeah, I don't look at those shoes and go, I need those. I just don't. I don't. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna be rich one day. I just, I know, like I already know that I'm gonna be rich one day. I already know it. Oh yeah, I already know I'm gonna be rich one day. Turn this down because I have a very my outlook on money is not that I need a bunch of it to get along. It's just if I can get it, I will. And when I get it, I want to see what else it can do. Like, I want to see what money can do. You know what I'm saying? When I look at all the fancy stuff in Dubai, I don't never look at that stuff and go, I want to do that. I just don't. I don't care. I'm more interested in looking at land and going, how much of this can I buy? And I mean good land. How much of this good land can I just come and and don't do nothing with? Just sit on it and wait until some bank comes along and goes, you know what? Some company wants to buy this and they're offering you so much an acre. And I go, nah, I'll wait. Nah, I think I'll wait. And then they ask me what my price is. So I'm more interested, like I love the haggle of and the power of being in a position of power. And that's what money does for me. It puts me directly in the driver's seat. That's what it does. And I'm like, I want to stay in the driver's seat. And that's my mentality. I want to stay here. I don't ever want to be in the passenger seat. I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm not controlling. Even though control is an illusion, now don't get me wrong. I'm not a control like freak. Oh, I got to control everything. Because I don't put everything into the stock market. I don't put everything into somebody else's hands and expect it to go right. Stock market can crash at any time. But when I look at something or someone going in a direction that I want to go, I immediately start thinking, how can I get there? See, I've had conversations with millionaires. I mean, I talk to some guys who just go out and buy $300,000-$400,000 houses. I'm eating with these guys, and I don't have that kind of money. But the way they talk to me is if I do, because I talk to them on their level. Now I don't talk big numbers with them, but they can look at me and tell that I have my outlook on money is around what theirs is, and I don't have anything flashy. I have two trucks, yeah, that I enjoy. I just don't. So I know that eventually, if I stay alive and keep this mentality, that it's just gonna make me rich. But I'm not gonna be rich to where I'm gonna be riding around with a big old gold chain on. I just don't care about those things. I don't. Like that stuff does not impress me, but I understand why they do it because that's the market that they're in. But yeah, I just want to be in a position. I like being in a driver's seat. And what I was saying about $50 a day is, I worked at a company, and that's exactly what we made. That was my take home. It was $51 a day, and I used to look at that check every day and going, I know I can make more than this. $51. Is this all I'm worth? And it was always a mark for me. And what I started doing, I started looking at that $51 a day and going, how can I add to this? So eventually, for that same company I was working for, it was a temporary company, and being that I had a truck, one of the same ones I got now, people would ride with me and have to pay me to get to where they were going. So I wasn't making $51 a day. I was doing somewhere close to, if I had 8 people in the car, I would put 7 people in the car. They would pay me $4 a head. So, I started banking off of that. Boom, 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 boom. And that I was doing that all until I got into my car accident, and then that was the end of that. But yeah, so I mean, even earlier before that, I was working for other companies, and I just got tired of them firing me and things along that line. So I said I got to do something. So I went out and started working for companies where it was just for an event or two, and I would get a check for $500, and I'd go, how can I give myself a raise? So I would go and work for another company, and boom, next thing you know, instead of $500 a week, next thing I'm doing $1,200 a week. So yeah, yep. So yeah, eventually I'll be rich, but I will have. The thing about for me getting rich, like I don't really care about rich. Like I'm not even stuck on, because I'm not rich. I'm very poor right now, but I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck on. I need to be rich. I don't care about that. I just think it's gonna happen because I don't care about it, and I love the to watch my money work for me. I love to put money into something where there's gonna be a return, a positive return. And that doesn't necessarily have to be the stock market. That could be just, me could be, it could be anything. So I mean, there's so many things you can invest in. It's just so much you can invest in. And if you put the right time into something, especially if it consumes you, don't let it consume you. But if you're always looking to, not to get by, but not even to get ahead, I don't even know how to put it. You're looking to you're looking for something to complete you. You know what I'm saying? You're good at something, and you're trying to figure out, where can I put this where I'm good at, to where it's doing good. And that's really what it is. I'm good at this, but if you're good at underwater basket weaving and nobody's hiring for it, nobody cares. But if you're good at underwater basket weaving and everybody needs one, then boom, you're in demand. So be good at something that's in demand. You'll start getting money. And then once you get money, you'll find out that there are other people who have money who want to give you their money because you're good at getting money. I mean, if you're good at getting money, you're going to find people around you. People are going to be like, yo, you're good at. Yo, what up? Yokes? What's that mean? Yeah, if you're good at getting money, you're going to find people around you who are also good at getting money. And they're going to want to be a part of you. And they're going to tell you how they got their money. And that's the best part about it. They're gonna be like, yeah, this is what I did. And if you go out and do what they did, then next thing you know, you got money. And if you're like trying to tell everybody, oh, I got money now, the people who have money aren't gonna want to be around you because they don't announce it to the world that they got money. They just do stuff to where you can see how they move. Like they'll go out and buy a duplex or a fourplex. And there's just no question that they have money. And it's nothing to them. Like I know guys who do that. They go out and buy, $300,000 house and then put it up for rent. Like it's nothing. Like, yeah, I just bought a house, $350,000. And I was like, you what? Yeah, I bought it, and that's nothing. It's just like, it's not a big deal. But to some people, oh my God, you just bought, no, it's nothing. It's just not a big deal. It's not a big deal. They're going to take that and they bought it from the bank, which means now they own the house. And now you owe them, whoever's renting there, and the rent there is $2,000 a month. So it's only a matter of 5 years before they get all their money back? That's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? It's just a no-brainer. They'll get their money back in 5 years. Or less. Because if you look at, if you start doing the numbers on that, they'll just get their money back quickly. So there are people who go out and they'll buy a whole warehouse. So that's what I'm saying. Don't look at money as, oh, now I got a lot of money. Because a lot of people just don't care. We don't care that you have money. We care about what are you doing with it. So that's just the question. What are you doing with your money? Don't tell me how much money you got. Tell me what you're doing with it. What did you invest in? Because if you go, oh, I got $500,000, I'm going to be like, yeah, okay, so. That's not a big deal to me. What are you doing with it is a big deal to me. Because now I can learn off of what you're doing. If you're like, I got $500 off of shuffling cards, I'm going to be like, okay, I don't play cards, but is it something I can invest in? And if you go, well, sure, you can invest in it, and you tell me how to legally invest in it, then guess who's playing cards now? I'm going to watch you play cards and win money from me. And that's what people like about people who actually make money. They say, well, how can I get in on some of that? Like when I go outside, drive down the street, I look at buildings being built. There's one that's been built right behind me. FedEx is not far from me. There's other buildings that are not far from me. And I look at those buildings and I go, how can I get a part of that? Every day. I look at those brand new buildings and I'm going, I want in on that. It's just that simple. What building is this? And I wait till they throw up a sign of what building they are, and then I go, can I invest in it? And there's a little shop that I go eat pizza. I ask them, are you guys investable? Are you guys on the stock market? And they're like, no. There's another restaurant that it sells out of food every day. It's a little black restaurant, not far from here. And I go, how can I invest in your... Like, how can I throw a couple $1,000s and get a percentage out of this? They're like, talk to the owner. Because it's just one place that sits right in the hood, and they have the best food, and they sell out of food every day. I love their food, but I'm more interested in how can I get 15% out of these people. How can I get 15? How much money do I need to, legally put down and get 15% out of you? Because you guys sell out of food every day. That's the stuff I'm on. How much? And if I don't have it, guess what I do? I go go throw refrigerators at it until I get enough, and then I, go to a lawyer, make everything. Boom, there you go. Sign over papers. Now I'm getting 15% of your profit. And that's cool. And that's how you do it. In everything that I see, every single company that I see, I automatically think, how can I get in on that? So if you guys are sitting on $75 somewhere and you're just, if you're taking $75 and you're just blowing it, you guys, and you're doing the same thing every year, then you guys don't have no ambition. Hell, give it to me. I'll invest it for you. You got $75 that you got sitting around? Give it to me. I'll invest it. You pay me a small fee, I'll invest your money for you. And I'm not playing. Cash app it to me. You cash app me your $75. I'll tell you what my fee is. And I'll throw the remainder of that into something. Every time you want to know what your money's doing, I'll show you it right on the internet. This is your money. This is a mutual fund that I put your money into, and this is what it's doing. I'm just saying, if you got, if you got money sitting around and you guys don't know what to do with it, give it to me. I'll invest it and I'll show you what it's doing. And I'll show you it on a long term, a short term, a mid term. I'll be like, boom, here's your $75 minus your fee for me to manage it. Boom, this is what it's doing. I'll show you right there. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you exactly what I put it into. And what market I put it into. And I'll just sit up here and study the market every day, all day, and, make money off of management fees, and then sit up here and tell you what's good to buy and what's good not to buy. And that's what management funds do. That's what these banks are doing with your money. They're taking your money and then they're investing it. See, you give a bank $5,000. That bank isn't sitting there holding your $5,000. The bank takes your money and invests it somewhere so your money can grow. But on your numbers, you go to the little ATM, it says this is how much you have. But that's not how much is in the bank from what you gave them. The bank doesn't carry a lot of money. It takes that money and it puts it into different things, different entities. It may go buy some land with your stuff. It goes and buys stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs. So I bought a CD recently. First time ever buying a CD. That CD is going to gain me 4% each year. Now, 4% may not seem like a lot. But here's the thing about CDs. Even though anything you put in the bank, including a savings account, is not fully secure, a CD is less risk than a bond, an ETF, which is an exchange trade fund, which is a stock, which is the most volatile, and your IRA. It depends on what's in your IRA. So I know that for the next 4 years or 47 months, 1 month short of 4 years, that money that I put into that CD is going to make me an interest of 4%, which is basically 0.4%. So I know this is going to happen. So I just leave it there. I leave it there. Now, here's the thing. Let's just say that something happened and I need to get that money out of there. If I go ahead and take that money out of there, they're going to charge me, it's weird the way they have it. but it all depends on how much interest you made, your taxes, and how much you have in there. But what mine came to be was somewhere around 30 bucks. So it's not even a whole bunch that I would get taxed if I took my money out. But if you don't need your money, that's what I'm saying. If you guys don't need your money, you don't need it for your everyday. Um, you got money in the bank, or you got money somewhere where if you caught a flat tire, I call it, I call it your rainy day fund, because a flat tire is definitely a rainy day. So let's just say you caught a flat tire. I don't know what you drive, I don't care. Automatically take out 100 bucks. I don't care if you fix a flat it, whatever, but this is your mentality. Boom, caught a flat tire, 100 bucks. If you fix a flat it, boom, 10 bucks, whatever. But nonetheless, you got 100 bucks for this issue. Now, I have trucks. I don't have no cars. So my tires, for me to buy 4 new tires on each of my trucks, cost me $700. Okay, so yeah, I definitely can't be rolling around here without, just throwing my money to the wind. And no, because those tires are expensive. They are. That's expensive to me. And this is mounted, balanced, and all that other stuff. That's expensive to get 4 new tires on there. So I need to be able to grab at least $150. And if one of my tires go, boom, $150, boom. Why? Because I need to keep rolling. I can't be sitting on flats. I need to keep rolling. So $150, boom. Even if you go and get a used tire, you can get a used tire for 40, 50. I don't know. I don't really like doing that, but I understand it because I like my tires in the front to match and to be even. It's very important to me because I haul stuff. So I don't like to have an uneven load. The truck even runs funny if the tires are low or if they're not balanced right. That truck doesn't even accelerate the same way. So when you have a refrigerator, or 3 on the back and you're hauling it, you don't want to play those games, especially with your transmission. You just don't want to play that. So I like to have both my tires in the front, especially in the front, even. The acceleration comes from the back though. So I just like to have 4 good tires, and I like them all to be from the same brand. So anyway around, I'm still, I'm $600-700 in if I get all new tires. So that's what I'm saying. You should have a new tire fund at the crib. Not even at the crib, so you don't even have to have it at your house. What I'm saying is, your wife could have it, your uncle could have it, somebody has it to where you can make a phone call and boom. Now they can have it in their account, that's fine. But you need to have access to that at some point where you can get to that. Because it's a rainy day. Boom, somebody's gonna come help you. They got you covered, get you back on the road. Boom, you can get that money. Very, very, very important. Now, that's your rainy day fund. Next, you got your savings. Your savings should be, to me, it should be twice your rent. The reason why I'm saying it should be twice your rent or your fixed costs is simply because if you have to move in a hurry, it's going to cost you twice your rent to land a decent spot. So, let's say you had to get up out of where you're at. You're paying, I don't know, $1,000 to live there. Plus your fixed costs, internet bill, phone bill, all the things that you need, that you have, that is a fixed cost, meaning it comes every month. Say you got $2,000 worth of fixed cost. You need to have 2 to 3 times that somewhere in a savings account because you can get to it. Now, the reason why you don't put it into your IRA is because your IRA is going to penalize you if you go and take that money out of there. Your savings account is not going to penalize you, but your savings account is only going to advance you if you keep your money in it 0.001%. Not to mention, they tax you every time you use that ATM somewhere else and just for having that account open. That's the biggest problems with savings accounts. And a lot of you know that that's what's happening. You keep your money in a savings account, but your money is being eaten out from under you every month. And some of you got more than what you need for your fixed costs and your rainy day, but you won't take your money and put it anywhere else. You just won't do it. You'll just keep putting money in that savings account and thinking that you're doing something. Well, all you're doing is giving that money away. The bank is made so money is constantly going in and out of it. It's your money. So it's made for you to make money off of it. That's the way the banks are made. The banks are not made for money to sit there. This is why they don't keep money in there. They don't keep money in the banks. They don't. You don't find millions and millions of dollars in the bank. They're not going to do it. Hell, you can't even get a safety deposit box at one of these banks and it's insured. Why? Because people are always robbing them. So there's not a lot of money in these banks. People are always robbing these banks. Look, there is no safety deposit box that's insured at our level. Now, if you're putting, millions of dollars worth of chains and stuff, you can buy insurance for that. But usually, safety deposit box is not insured. Your money's not insured until you're a member of FDIC. You know how much money that is? That's $10,000. Member FDIC isn't till you hit $10,000. Federal deposit insurance, something, I forgot what the last member FDIC. You think that all of your money is member FDIC. Not until you hit 10 grand. I'm just telling you, if you have thousands of dollars sitting in your savings account and you're not doing anything with it, your money is being taken from you every month. Right in front of your face, and you see it on your bank statement, and you're not doing anything about it. Take your fixed cost, calculate what your fixed cost is. Have 2 times your fixed cost in your savings account. Take your next fixed cost, let's just say it's $1,000, so have $2,000 in your savings account. Take your, $4,000. Take your next fixed cost, will be another 2 G's. That's it. Take it and invest it. That's it. That's all. There's no question about it. It's find something to put it into, because this is what's going to happen. I took my stimulus check and I showed you guys. I invested it, right? So I put one part of it into a robo account. I put another part of it into an IRA. Correct? Right now, that robo account and that IRA, plus my Acorn account and my Cash App, has allowed me to offset the cost of the charges of the bank. But I'm a veteran, so I don't get charged anyway. You understand what I'm saying? If you put your money into a savings account, they're charging you. You're only getting 0.001%, but you're getting charged all these fees. If you take your next fixed cost and put it into a short-term CD, you'll offset the cost immediately. Now your money is making money, and you still have your rainy day fund that somebody's holding for you. You still have your fixed cost fund, which is your savings, and now you have a CD that's making. It could be a step up CD. A step up CD is a short term CD that gives you an incremental change in the amount in the amount of interest it makes. So let's say you put $200 into a step-up CD. Your step-up CD is going to, okay, for one, there's usually, change the song. Okay, for one, in a CD, there's two things to look out for. It's how long they want to hold your money, or they want you to keep that money in there, what interest you're going to make off of that, and what interest you're going to make off of that money, and how much do you need, what is the minimum cost of the CD. So if you have a minimum cost of $250 for a CD to mature in 9 months at 6%, that's a good deal. Because this is, once again, this is not your rainy day fund. This is not your fixed cost savings. This is money that you would put in your savings, in your fixed cost account, in your savings account, but now you want to offset all your charges of your account and make money. That's what the bank is for. So you're like, okay, I don't always use the same ATM because I don't work in an area where my bank is. How many of you have that problem? When you travel every day to work, you go past areas where your bank isn't. So it would cost you to go all the way to where your bank is, get your money, and look. You're like, screw that. I'm going to use so-and-so's bank. When you do that, it costs you what? $3. How do you offset that cost? Do you just eat the $3 because you have money? Yeah, you do. That's the problem. You're like, it's just $3. Well, if it's $3 a day and you go to work every day, that's 3 times 5 times 4 weeks. It's pretty costly. It's like, wait a minute, what? And that's just one time at the ATM. That's not including the fees that they're charging you on purpose. And they're putting it in your face every day. And you're just like, eh. Well, if you look at your yearly statement, you'll realize how much money that you just gave that bank. You're not going to be happy because you could have avoided all those costs. And you could have put that money into a Roth IRA, an IRA, a CD, a robo account, a self-directed account. You could have put it anywhere in any of those accounts that your bank has and made money and offset that cost. You could have did any one of those by just simply making a phone call and say, hey, you guys have a CD I'm interested in. It's a step-up CD. It's for 10 months. I'm interested in. What is the interest I'll make? They're like, well, over the first 3 months, you're gonna make 0.3%. If you hold it in there for 6, they're giving you money if you keep your CD with them and don't touch it. 3 months later, you'll make 0.7%. If you hold it in there until the term, which is 10 months, right? You'll come out with 2%. When you start calculating that, you like $200. What's 1.5%, yada yada yada. You start figuring it out. You're looking at it. You're going. It's immediately offsetting the cost of whatever bank fees that I've accumulated. And then after the 10 months is over, you realize that you didn't need that money anyway. So what do? You buy another CD. Now you have more money than you started with on both ends, in your savings and in your CD. That's how the bank works. Bank is not meant for money, water to be stagnant. It's meant to be like a river. It's meant to constantly flow. I'm just saying, if you guys are just sitting on your money, then you're making a big mistake. And even if you don't want to take the risk of the stock market, a CD is a great idea for you because you know exactly what it's going to do. It's giving you it's a little bit more risk, but you know where you're at, and that's the comfort of a CD. I know this is going to be 0.4%. I know off of $1,000 I'm going to make, you know, whatever, $40 a year. Yeah, $40 a year, and it's going to be in there for almost 4 years. You're going to make interest on the next $40, which is the next year. So the next year, your interest is going to be, 0.4% of 40 of 0.4% of 1,040, and it rolls on, and at the end of it all, it's somewhere close to $300. So you take it. So 4 years later, you have $300. Well, close to $300 more. You take your close to $300 more, and if you don't need that money, you can take out your principal and pocket it, put it into savings, which I wouldn't do. You can take your principal out and put it into a robo account. Or if you think you know something about stocks, put it in a self directed account. That's what it self direct means. You're the one who's buying ETFs. You're the one who's buying mutual funds. You're the one you're in control of this. A robo account is different. A robo account, the bank is in control of. But here's the thing about the robo account: you don't touch it, but you still get charged because somebody's managing it. The bank is managing your robo account. However, okay, let's take ABC Bank. Let's say you bank at ABC Bank. ABC Bank, you're like, you know what? I'm interested in a robo account. I don't know enough about the stock market to take that chance. And I know the robo account will not fine me for taking money out of it as long as I don't take out the principal of what it would cost me to start the robo account. Okay, so if you're at ABC Bank and you say ABC, you call your bank and you say, how much is it to start a robo account? They're going to say it's going to cost you $5,000 for a robo account. You're like, I don't have $5,000. They're like, well, that's what it costs. So you still want a robo account. So let's say you you're interested in mutual funds. Who has the best mutual funds out there? Well, you found out that it's ABC Bank who has the best mutual funds, and they're doing the best on the market. And you're like, I want a robo account with them. Let me call them and find out. You call them, and then they say, yeah, we do robo accounts. $250. $250. You start your robo account. Now you just did better just by making a phone call. Because your bank is going to charge you $5,000. My bank personally, the bank that I bank at, $10,000 for a robo account. I was like, screw that. I was like, who has the best mutual funds? Went online, found out that it's Morgan Stanley Chase, called them up. How much for a robo account? I think it was $250. That's why I put my stimulus check in. I said, boom, stimulus check, $250. Open a robo account with them. Just like that. That's what I'm telling you guys. You want to offset the cost that these banks are charging you. And then you want to start offsetting your bills. You want to start offsetting the cost of your fixed cost. I didn't mention fixed cost for no reason. I mentioned that because your fixed cost is your opponent. Your opponent is not going out and going out to dinner with your woman or with your guy. You don't do that. Uh, uh, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. There's nothing that says that you have to do that, right? It's not a necessity. If the world shuts down again, you don't have to go out and eat. You don't. You have to eat, though. So how much does it cost you to eat? At home. That's a fixed cost. Every month, it costs you $300 to feed your family. You know $300 is needed to keep that ship running. That's a fixed cost. So when you start looking at the way these banks work, your opponent isn't your excessive spending on something else because you can already cut those out just by being smarter. You say, I don't want to do this anymore. Your opponent is your rent, it's your mortgage. You can move into a smaller place, move into an apartment. You can change it, but nonetheless, you still have to pay to live somewhere. So now, how do I offset that cost? Because I have to go to work in order to make this money in order to live. But if you start looking at the bank for what it is, you can say, I can put money in here and this bank can help me offset the cost of my fixed cost. And when you get to a point where the bank is paying your rent and whatever fixed cost you got, when you get to where something you did with the bank is paying your rent, meaning you do not have to go out and work for it. Now you know you're playing the game right. Even if you can pay a bill, how much is your electric bill? Say your electric bill's $100. How much money do I have to put into one of these markets in order to get out $100 a month? That's the way you should be thinking. How much money can I put into the market? Now, for me, in order for my fixed cost to be paid every month and me not have to go to work, it would cost me $120,000 into the market if I was getting paid off of one ETF, one exchange trade fund, and they were paying me 0.07% off of my stock. So if they were issuing me, if the company, because not all companies do this, but if the company issued out I forgot what the payment's called, but not all companies do it or have to do it. But if a company was doing that, say you got with GE and GE was doing that, and you found out that they were giving out 0.7 or 8%, and that's the only stock you were into, you would have to have a substantial amount. So whenever they would go ahead and give that money out to you, it would be able to cover, so and so, whatever. But if you had mutual funds, stocks, bonds, so on and so forth, and you're looking at your money growing in the stock market every day, you make 15, $16. And you're just like, okay, I threw $1,000 into it. I made 16, $17. The next day you made $5. The next day you made $25. Well, you can just take an average from there. You can take 5 days and do your division and go, okay, I'm averaging something close to $13.50, right? I don't know. That's just a guess. But you're averaging, let's just say $13, right? Well, you can take that average and just stretch it out for the calendar year minus the holidays, minus the holidays, not the weekends, because you know the stocks isn't played on the weekends, but you have to minus the holidays, and any day the stock market is only open for half days. So you have to do that homework, find out which day is which, take out, holidays, half days, and go, ba, 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 ba. You come up with, 13 times 52 minus, whatever, and see what you come up with. I don't know. Just throw out 200, I don't know, whatever dollars. I don't know what it is. But nonetheless, you're like $250 off of what I'm doing right now, my mix of mutual funds off of what I'm doing right now. This is what I'll make in a year. It's not a terrible return, actually. But then you do your first further calculations and go, if I make $250 on average, stock market goes up and down, but on average, if I make $250 a year off of just what I have in there now, every time I get paid, I can give myself a raise. So now I'm gonna throw my next paycheck. I know I'm gonna cover my fixed costs plus whatever other goofy stuff I do. I know I'm gonna have $1,100 that I'm not doing anything with. I'm just gonna put that $1,100 into the bank. Wrong. You take that $1,100, take a third of it, throw it into the stock market. Boom. Take a third of it. Just throw it into the stock market. Take the rest of it, throw it into your savings, or you split it up three ways. You take a third of it, put in your stock market. You take another third of it, buy yourself a short-term CD for like 10 months. Buy yourself a step-up CD. Boom. 10-month step-up CD. Boom. Take the last part, throw it into your savings. Boom, 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 boom. Your step-up CD is going to offset any cost that your bank is going to cost you. Your stock market money is going to offset any fixed cost that you have. And eventually your $250 will turn into $350, $450. It's just a matter of how much money you put in it and what the stock market is doing, but you already know the average. See, the stock market, the S&P, which stands for Standard & Poor's, has an average gain each year. And the people who are on the stock market already know what the average gain is. It's why it's hard to beat an analyst. There are guys who put millions and millions of dollars into just analyzing what's going to happen. But you already know that the S&P 500, the S&P 100, and the Dow 30, you know what they're going to do. Why? Because you can look at what they did for the last 10 to 20 years. And then you can take once again the average, and you can go, you guys were up 12%, then you dropped down 9%, then you jumped up to 11%, then you jumped 8%, and blah blah blah. You can figure out that the average for the S&P 500 is 10%. So if you put $1,000 into a fund that is covering the S&P, just the S&P 500, you already know you're going to get 10% on average off of that S&P fund. So you're going to get $100 off of 1,000. Correct? With this in mind, and you're doing bonds, so you're not really doing an aggressive fund. With this in mind, you're going, if I'm going to average 10%, I'm going to throw $10,000 at it. or I'm going to build up to $10,000 at it. Build up to $10,000, you're going to get 1,000 at the end of the year, right? You're like, okay, 10%, that's good. But see, there are people who are trying to beat the S&P. But if you're not one of those people and you just want to that 10%, then that's what you go for, and that's how you start paying your fixed costs. It's just as simple as that. I'm not going to go for the high risk stocks. I'm not going to go for the ETFs. I'm not going to go and for Moderna and boom. I'm not going to go for Moderna. I'm not going to go for Johnson and Johnson. What's up? I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go for Moderna. I'm not going to go for Johnson and Johnson. I'm not going to go for. Um, yeah, I'm not going to go for Moderna. I'm not going to go for Johnson Johnson. I'm not going to go for any of those. I'm going to go for the. I'm going to go for a fund. I'm just going to get me a decent little fund. I'm going to get me a little some bonds, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me some bonds. That's it. So, yeah, somebody's trolling me. And that's how you play the game. Somebody didn't appreciate. And that's how you play the game. You get yourself some money. But I'm telling you guys right now. I'm telling you guys right now. Don't get on and try to beat the S and just think, oh, I'm just gonna beat the S&P, or I'm just gonna do what the S&P is doing. Don't do that. Right now is the best time because you can beat the S&P, and instead of getting, if you put in $1,000, if you put in your next stimulus check, listen, your next stimulus check is going to be $2,000. And for those of you who have families, you're already getting ready to get the step up. You guys are getting ready to get money. You're going to get up to $1,800. It's going to be spread out over months. So you guys are getting ready to get money for your children, and plus there's more added into there. That bill that the president made, there's a lot into it. I like this one. So I'm just saying, it's harder to save with kids, but nonetheless, you still can. All this money that they're giving away is stimulating the economy. So right now is the best time to capitalize on it. So I'm saying, if you take the $2,000 that they're trying to get us, I think, in June, and this is the everyday people, this is not just for families. If you take that $2,000 that they're trying to give us, and you split that up 4 ways, save 500, CD 500, IRA 500, and self-direct 500. It'll be a beautiful thing. It'll be a beautiful thing. Because even though you don't want to lose 500, you probably won't. You'll have your money making money 3 different ways. And you'll be able to watch all of it. Just sitting there going, Now, another thing is, they may be giving us a stimulus check every month, and I think it's in the tune of $1,000. So for those of you who don't need the stimulus check, like immediately, you take that $1,000, you can just go ahead and reinvest that, and it will. I mean, if you took all your stimulus checks, and you know what I'm saying, because you still been producing money, all that money within 2 years, all that money will fold on itself. And we know this because they're trying their best to stimulate the economy. So, like, to me, it just seems like the best time to get into the market. But like I said, take some of it and save it, though. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what my Ethereum's doing. Not my Ethereum, some of y'all hear from music. Look here. I told y'all if my Dogecoin jumps up, what, $3-4 by tomorrow morning, I'm gonna put more money into it. Just a couple of hours ago, this was negative. It was red. That's my Doji. So now I have to buy more of it. So now I got to come over here and I have a big old zilch here. I have no money in there, so I have to find. Yeah, these are my Dogecoins accounts, and they're all in the green. Oh, this is my Ethereum. I thought I'm selling this though. Let's see what's. Yeah, I sold this. Even though it's up though. Okay, I see you. It's still not going to do what this Dogecoin is doing. But they're both up. But if I make an order right now, it's not going to go through until, I think, tomorrow. Let me see if I can buy some Doji. Yeah, they're charging commission fees. Well, they're not. Commission is free. That's not going to last long, though. So they're asking for increments of $25. Right now, I don't have any money into it. So I need to go ahead and they're asking me for my card number. The thing about it is, I'm going to use a different card. So I'm gonna I'm gonna add a different card here. And this way I can all right, so you gonna let me do it or what? guess not. Trying to. What I want to do is I want to buy. Alright, it's not letting me do it, I don't know why. Use my old card, didn't want to do that. See, you gotta do all kind of stuff just to. I don't want to remove this. I don't want to remove it. I'm trying to add on another card, but it's not letting me do it. Anyways, all right. So I just added money to it. It's not as liberal as I thought it would be. Thought it would be easy for me to that'd be easier for me to go on the site and okay, maybe. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so I put money on my card. Then I went to open trade. And now I'm going to a Dogecoin. And okay, so I bought more Dogecoin is what I did. So I bought okay, available. Okay, so let me show you guys what I just did. All right, so I bought more Dogecoin, but it's not showing here. This is not what I bought just now. I've already purchased this. That's why it says 95 here. total allocation 155. Your profit $2. And your quantity. So I bought more, but it's not going to allocate or register until the morning. But my whole goal here is to get $1,000 worth of Dogecoin. Yeah, that's my goal here. Yeah. That's my goal, you guys. There's my portfolio. That's my chart. That's my portfolio. There it is. So yeah. So that's the goal, is to get $1,000 worth of it. I have to go out and sell and get that. And you can see it's all in the green. This right here is Ethereum though. I sold this. Just haven't registered yet. Hell, if it keeps going up, I might keep it. Yeah, if it keeps going up like that, I'll keep it. I'll just have to buy it back in the morning. But I have a balance of $38, so I'll buy $38 of Ethereum tomorrow. I mean, if it's $1.31%, hell, I might buy it tonight. Let me just go ahead and take this, and I want to see. All right, let me see if it's going to show me. It's want to see if it was going to show. It shows you real time what it's doing. Yeah, I might keep it. I like the fact that it jumped 1.42%. I like that. I like that a lot. That's keeping up my okay, let me go to withdrawal funds. This is my total quality. My withdrawal balance is 95. But there's more in there. But I'm not withdrawing anything. I wanted to see what the penalties was going to be. All right, so there's that, you guys. There's my eToro. And is it worth it? Yeah, right? To me, it's worth it. To me, it's worth throwing a couple $100 at. You guys don't seem to have any questions or anything for me. Look at that Bitcoin. Look at this Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin right there. Look at that dip. That Bitcoin flashing green. That flash green on them. Every time it flash green, I make money. Keep on going up there, big guy. Yeah. Keep on going up there. Holla at your boy, Bitcoin. This Bitcoin news. That Bitcoin right there. Change the song real quick. Yeah, that Bitcoin. Yeah, that Bitcoin. I see you, big dog. I see you, dog. Yeah, that's what I wake up and look at on my phone right here. I'm like, what's my Bitcoin doing? So I'm gonna be a little bit too much for this time of night. It'll be a little too much right now, bro. A little bit too much. I need something a little slower right now. StarCraft in the back for you nerds. Not bad, but it's not done. Oh, better in the shade. See what that sounds like. Oh, it's a nice little mood. Okay. Okay, so yes, so Bitcoin's going up. So that's the bill I want to buy. But I already have some Bitcoin. I could buy some more, but so here's another. See, this I would not buy. I'm not attracted to that right there. This, however, I'll watch this number right here. It's gonna jump. Okay. See if it goes back up to 7. See, the way I look at this, I go, okay, so I'm looking at this right here, right? I'm looking at the percentage. It's going up and down. So I'm going, if this hits 7, if this turns to 7, and it jumps to 7.5, then I'll buy it. Seven. But it's got to go 7.5 for me to be like, I might buy this. Why? Because the likelihood of it going back down to 6. Look, 7, boom, 7, 4, 8, 4, 4, 4, 1, 4. Now it's going to go back up to 7.5. That's how I choose my stocks. I choose it by the average of what it's doing. So you see that? And then I have to figure out how long I'm going to hold on to it. But I know if it hits 7.5, the chance of it dropping to 6 and staying there at this time is, to me, it just doesn't. To me, this is, once it hits 7.5, it's going to climb. Still watching it. 7.3, 6.8. I come back in an hour. This will probably be 8 something. Go right back in the 7s. 6.9, 7.2. Climb to 7.3, 7.41, 7.44, 7.5. Boom, I would buy this. Boom. Didn't I tell you? Come back in the eyes, it's going to be 8. Boom, hit 8. That's how I buy my stocks. That's how I buy it. Look at 8.2. I go by the average 5 clicks. Or in some cases, if I see this curve right here, this dip, and it's going up from there. Also, another thing I do. Okay, so you see how this is dipped here, right? Right? Check it. For one, this is a green dip, which means it's higher than the, you notice how this is a red dip? That's because this number here, it's lower than what it should be. So anything under this is a low number than what it should be. This is a green dip. That means this whole thing is higher than the number it should be. Which means even when you've lost here, if you got this when it was at its regular number, you're still winning. That's what that means. So now I'm looking at it. Okay, it goes down. It's cascading up. It'll probably take a small dip. Look, it's still in the 8s. This is going to jump to 9. 8.4. 8.2. 8.3. Next number is 8.5. 8.4. 8.3. I know you're going to give it to me. 8.4. 8.7. 8.5. This is going to be at 9, probably within, 10 clicks. Because it's growing. But I always look at, like I said, this dip here. So, this is where it fell from, right? I noticed that when these dip and they get up to where they fell from, they tend to hang around that area and to stay there. This is why people say play the dips. So if I really wanted to buy some of this, and I do what other people do, I wouldn't even buy it right now. I know, according to them, that this is going to fall right back down to here, which is in a 5 somewhere, right? So then I say, you know what, this down here to 5, let me throw $1,000 at this when it hits 5. Because I know it's going to eventually get right back up to where it dropped from the first time. how much money will I make if I buy, I don't know, 30 shares of it when it hits five? And if, if you get, 10, 20%, whatever, you can pretty much calculate it. It's going to go back up into the number that where it started off. Boom. That's how people are making their money in the short run. That's a short run. And then they go ahead and trade it. No, I'm done. I'm not going to wait till it goes down. Or they keep the principal. So if you put $1,000 in here and it grew and you made $3,000 off of it, you take the $3,000, you put it into your savings or whatever, and then you keep it right back at 1,000. Boom. You know this, but the thing about it is it's gonna fall. When it falls, it's gonna fall down. You're gonna have 500 in there. You're gonna wait till it grows till you get up to 1,000, and then you get past 1,000 again. And anything past 1,000, which is your principal, you're gonna take that and you're gonna constantly throw that into a savings or into another account where it's also making money. That's how you make money off the stock market. People, I gotta go. I'm tired and nobody's saying anything to me. But I do thank you for listening. But the last guy was here called me the N word, so I just kind of took all the winds out of my sails. But nobody's talking, and I appreciate you guys for stopping by. But I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. All right, you guys. God loves you. So do I. Bye.